So we are going little bit slower actually. So I'm skipping those introduction class. Okay, like you know how to find the matrix, those things. Okay, but in this model, you need to find that matrix of A, or you need to find A inverse using elementary matrix. Okay. So what is the elementary matrix that we need to understand? Okay, that is very much important, because in question they will clearly mention you need to find A inverse using elementary matrix. Okay, it is not that only you have to find any. If it is asking for A inverse, means you can use the method that you have already studied. But here, those you are not going to use. Okay, you need to find A inverse matrix, inverse of the matrix A using elementary matrices. Okay. So what is the elementary matrices, that we need to understand, and whether it is applicable to all matrices now, that is also important. Inverse, you can find inverse of a matrix if the matrix is also one n by n or square matrix. Okay, so those are some crucial informations are also there, we are going to discuss. But before, we need to know what is the elementary matrix. Okay, we need to know what is the elementary matrix. Let us start. So what is the elementary matrix? Elementary matrix is nothing but the square identity matrix. Okay, but so elementary matrix is a matrix which is obtained from the identity matrix, is also a elementary matrix. Okay, elementary matrix is a matrix which is obtained from the identity matrix using any row operation. You know what are the operations? And there is another question also, why we need elementary matrix? Obviously there is another question, why need, when you know that for the procedure to find A inverse, then what is the need of elementary matrix? That is also important. So first thing is that we should know what is the elementary matrix, then we'll ask why it is needed. Okay, so elementary matrix is that it is nothing but the row operation on any identity matrix. So identity matrix means we can take for 1 0 0 1. Okay, this is your identity matrix 2 by 2. You can take for 3 by 3. You can go for 4 by 4. What is it? So if you are doing any row operations, any row operation means what? What are the operations you can do? What are the operations? You can.
Sir, addition of rows.
Yeah, so you can multiply any scalar, you can interchange any two rows, and you can scalar, you can multiply some row 1 and you can add to row 2. Okay, so those things you can do. You can see into any R1 or R2, anything. You can interchange any two rows. Okay, so if you are doing these three operations, these three operations, you can do multiple operations also. So the matrix that you will get, those all matrices are called as the elementary matrices. Okay. Okay. So any operation, any row operation you are doing on the identity matrix, this is I 2 by 2. So if you are doing any operation on identity matrix, then your elementary matrices will be formed. For example, 2 0 0 1. It is elementary matrix or not? This is elementary matrix because you have multiplied 2 with the first row. Clear or not? You can interchange any two rows also. You can write 0, 5, let's some 3 0. This is also elementary matrices. Okay. So if you are doing any operation, those will be elementary matrices. Okay. Now coming to the useful of the elementary matrix, what is required? You see here, there is very important observation here. Okay. Okay. So if I am multiplying any scalar with some elementary matrices C0, not C0, if I am writing 2 also, okay, no problem, 2 0 0 1. So what I have done, I have multiplied with row 1 2. Okay, so this is also elementary matrices or not? This is elementary matrices. Hello. Okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
So this is also elementary matrices. Okay, 2 0 and 0 1. So what we have done with row 1, we have multiplied 2. Now you see, you give elementary matrices. For example, you give this as E. Okay, see, we are having some other matrices. For example, we are having matrices from here 1 2 3 4. Okay, we are having this matrix. Okay, if we want to do any operation with this matrix, the same thing. So if you need to do any operation with the matrix A, the same thing can be done using the matrix E. How? If you need to multiply here in row, here in matrix A, if you need to multiply matrix A row 1 with 2, so what we used to write? We used to write row 1 as row 1 into 2. The same thing we can do by writing E into A. The same thing we can do by using E into A. See how it is happening. So if you are multiplying E into A, so what is going to happen? E into A, you multiply. What is E? E is 2001 and A is 1 2 3 4. See how you will do the multiplication. You will multiply row with column, row with column. So 2 into 1, what is that? 2, 0 plus 3, 0 into 3, how much? It is 0 only. Then next column, next what is that? 2 into 2, what is that? 4, and
Yes.
0 into 4, that is 0. Then you multiply the second row with the first column. 0 into 1, what is that? 0. 1 into 3, that is nothing but 3. Then 0 into 2, what is that? 0. 1 into 4 is nothing but 4. See what happened? We have not done any row operation. What we have done? Only we have multiplied these elementary matrices where 2 has been multiplied. The same thing has done. So we are not doing this operation. Whether we are doing this operation, no, we are not doing this operation. Still, you can see row 1 with row 1, 2 has been multiplied. Observing or not?
Yes, sir.
See another example also I am giving you. For example, we are having this matrix A. Okay, we are having this matrix A, that is nothing but 1 2 3 4. Same example. Okay, I need to interchange the rows. What I need to do? I need to interchange the rows R1 and R2. So previously I used to write row 1 and row 2 like this command I used to write. But now I will not write any command. With elementary operation I can do. So in elementary matrices, you are having identity matrix 1 0 0 1. You just interchange their rows. So you first write 0 1 and then you write 1 0. So what happened here? Here rows has been interchanged. Now if you are multiplying E with A, now if you are multiplying E with A, see here 0 1 1 0. If you are multiplying with 1 2 3 4, what is happening? Row with column 0 into 1 0, 1 into 3, how much? 3. Then with second column 0 into 2 0, 1 into 4, what is that? 4. Then second row first column, what is that? 1 into 1 1, 0 into 3 0 1. Then 1 into 2 2, 0 into 4 0. So it is 2. See your rows interchange or not? You observe here.
Yes, sir.
Another thing also we can do. So first thing is that we multiplied with any constant C, then we interchange two rows without doing any operation. We are not doing this operation. So you may ask now what you are doing extra thing. We are not doing this operation. We are doing the same thing using elementary matrices. In elementary matrices we have interchanged their rows. Whatever the operation we are doing the elementary matrices, same thing is happening with the matrix A. Whatever the operation we are doing here with the elementary matrices, here we multiply 2 with the first row of elementary matrix, same thing is happening with our matrix. Same thing is happening with our matrix. Now there is another operation also. What is the third operation? Third operation is little bit complicated. So you are having elementary matrices 1 0 0 1. You convert this as, what is that? You multiply 2 with the second row and you add with the first row. Okay, you interchange. So you change this one. So what is happening? So the elementary matrices will be converted to, you multiply 2 with the second row, add with the first row. So what is going to happen? 1 into 2 times of 0. So 1, then 0 plus 2 times of, 0 plus 2 times of row 2. So that is 2, 0, 1. Okay. So this is now your elementary matrix and this is your identity matrix. Okay. Clear enough? So the operation we are doing with the elementary matrix, if we are multiplying this E with any matrix, same operation is going to happen. Now let's see. So what was our example? Our example A was 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we are multiplying E with A, so E is what? 1, 2, 0, 1. And what is our A? A is here. A is 1, 2, 3, 4. See what is happening? Row with column. What you will get? You will get, what you will get? You are, what you will get? 1 into 1, 1, 3, 7. Then second column, 1 into 2 is 2, 2 into 4 is 8. So 8 plus 2 is 10. Then next is
3.
0 into 1, 0, 1 into 3, 3, and 0 into 2, 0, 1 into 4, 4. Okay. See, our matrix A was 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it is converted to this one. Okay. So now you can see, if you are multiplying 2 with the second row and you are adding with the first row, 2 with the second row and adding with the first row, the same thing is going to happen. 3 into 2, how much? 3 into 2 is 6 plus 1, you are going 6, 7. 2 into 4, how much? 8 plus 2, 10. And second row, we are not changing. The second is, the same operation is happening here or not? The same operation is happening. But we have not done any operation. Whether we have written this operation, no. Only we multiply the elementary matrices, and that operation has been done with the elementary matrix. That operation has been done with the identity matrix. Clear or not? So any operation we can write in terms of elementary matrices or not? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
any operation we can, any operation, any means those three operations we can write using. So now we are not going to, means in this section we are not going to write any row operation, but we can write that operation through elementary matrix. Okay. So this is very much important observation. So see here. So now you can see here. See, the first we multiply -5 with the second row. So if we are multiplying, this is also one elementary matrix, that is E1. If we are multiplying this matrix with any matrix, any non-zero matrix, your last row will be multiplied with -5 or not? Obviously that is going to happen. Second, what you are doing? We are interchanging E2 and that row 2 and row 4. We interchange row 2 and row 4. So if we are multiplying this with any matrix, in matrix A, row 2 and row 4 are going to change. Is it or not? It is going to change, obviously. And if the third is the third operation, what you are doing? You are multiplying 3 with the third row and you are adding to the first row. So this is what, this is E2 and this is E3. So if we are multiplying E3 with any matrix, so what is going to change in matrix A? What is going to change? In matrix A, what is going to change? The third row has been multiplied with 3 and it is added to row 1. So the row 1 will be shifted as row 1 plus 3 times of row 3. Okay, if you are multiplying this elementary matrix. Getting or not? Is it okay to everyone or not? Is it okay or any doubt, anything? So those same thing you can see, we have taken one elementary matrices, and there what we have done, we have multiplied with -2 with row 1 and we have added to row 2. Okay. So same thing if you are doing, see the same thing is happening, -2 multiplied with row 1 and it is added to row 2. Same thing is going to happen. Okay. They have taken one column matrix. Okay. Is it okay to everyone or not? Because this is very much important to understand the concept of elementary matrices. Okay. And you know, we are always having the reverse action also. You remember it not? The row, the three operations that, let me show you. The three operations that we are doing here. Okay. We know that if one operation we can, if we can multiply with C with any row, the reverse also possible. How reverse possible? We can multiply with 1 by C. And if you are multiplying, so if this is the operation E, if you are multiplying, E dash is nothing but the reverse. So you will multiply 1 by C, so that we will get our original matrix A. Getting enough? So that is allowed. I mentioned at the beginning of the class. You remember or not? When we are discussing about the row operation, I always said, whatever the operation you are doing, if you want to revert back, then you can come back also. So sometime if you are multiplying with C with any row, if you want to revert back, then you multiply with 1 by C. Getting or not? That is possible. You can get your original matrix or not. If you are multiplying with C with any row, with any matrix, if you want to revert back, then you multiply with 1 by C, na? You can get your original matrix. Similarly, if you are interchange any two rows, you again interchange them, you will get your original matrix. That is also possible. And here, if you are multiplying constant with any row, and if you are adding with any row, so what you can do? How you are going to revert back? You do the subtraction. You first multiply with 1 by C, then you subtract it. Getting or not? And you are going to get your original matrix. So all the reverse actions are also possible. Okay, whatever the actions you are doing, the reverse actions are also possible. Okay, the same thing. So the reverse action also can be done by one elementary matrix. So if E is the one action, if you are multiplying any row with constant C, then E dash is the reverse action. What it will do? It will multiply the same row with 1 by C, so that you can get your original matrix. Okay. So if E interchanges two rows, E dash will interchange them again. And if E adds a multiple of one row to other, E dash subtract it the same from the same row. Subtract it from the same row. So if addition is doing, so it will do the subtraction. Okay. So now, so what is the, so E dash is, for example, if E is the elementary matrix like I is nothing but 1 0 and 0 1, and from here one elementary matrix is C 0 and 0 1. Okay. So what is E dash? E dash will be 1 by C 0 and 0 1, and you can see here E dash and E will be equal to I, because you will get your original matrix from I, we got E, and if you are doing the reverse means we are doing E dash from E, so that means we will get our original matrix. What is the original matrix? Original matrix is nothing but identity matrix only. Getting or not? Hello, you are getting or not? From I we got E. Yes. From E, if you are doing the reverse is E dash, then we will get our identity matrix. So E dash into I is identity matrix. Similarly, E into E dash also identity matrix. Okay. So this is the observation. So here you can write. So if you are shifting this, what is that? You can, in place of I, you can write E into E inverse. Okay. Or you can write E inverse into E. We know that E is a 2 by 2 matrix. So if I am multiplying the inverse, it will be your identity matrix. Okay. So by equating, we can get E inverse is nothing but E dash. Because we know now in 12th you must have studied that in one square matrix into its inverse is nothing but your identity matrix. Okay. So if you're equating, you can see E dash into E is nothing but E inverse into E. So that implies E dash is nothing but E inverse only. Okay, E dash is nothing but here. So the reverse operation is nothing but the inverse of the elementary matrices. Okay, so those are the things that is not important. So what is important? So here you can see if E is one matrix here, second row C multiplied, E1 dash is nothing but 1 by C will be multiplied with that row. 1 by C will be multiplied with that row because reverse action, you can get the identity matrix. Okay. If E2 is nothing but what E2 is doing? E2 is doing multiplying 3 with the row 1 and adding to the row 3. So E2 dash, what it will do? What it will do? It will do the subtraction from that row. So here 0 was there. If you are doing the subtraction, then you will have the minus 3. Exactly reverse action. Okay. And I mistakenly said at that time 1 by 3. No need to do 1 by 3. Just you do the subtraction and you will get the your identity matrix. Okay. Here if you are interchanging two rows, so which two row? Yes, these two row. Then you again do the same thing. You will get your. So if row 1, row 2 interchange, again you do the same thing. Then you will go get your original matrix. Okay. So if you are multiplying this one with E1, you are going to get. So you are getting or not? Or I am going very fast. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you have any doubt, you can ask me. You can stop me. Or if I need to go slow, then I'll go slow. Okay. So there is one important theorem is there. We need to prove this theorem. Okay. But now I'm skipping the not needed also. We can cover it simultaneously. Okay. Let's see. Because I thought to solve one problem. Let's see. It will not take more time. So if A is on one left, so okay, so left inverse, right inverse also I forgot. Let me tell that one second. Okay, so a matrix A is having a right inverse B. When we'll call a matrix A is having right inverse matrix B, when A into B is nothing but your identity matrix. If there exists one matrix in the right hand side, so that the multiplication is nothing but identity matrix. Similarly, a matrix is having the left inverse if you are having B into A equal to identity matrix. If B left side some matrix is there, so that if you are multiplying you are getting identity matrix, that is called left inverse. Right inverse nothing but if right side one matrix you can multiply such that you are getting identity matrix, then it is called the right inverse matrix. Okay. Now, so these are the followings are equivalent. Equivalent means if one is true, then second one true. If second one true, third one true. Third one true, fourth one true. Like that we have to prove. So it is saying that if A has a left inverse, then Ax equal to 0 is having only one trivial solution, that is nothing but x equal to 0. Okay. Let us see. So as we are saying that A is having the left inverse, so A is having left inverse, let that matrix is B. So what we need to prove? We need to prove that the equation is having only one trivial solution, that is nothing but x equal to 0. So we need to prove x equal to 0 or not. Okay. If A is having one left inverse, then we have to prove x equal to 0. So to prove that one, what we can write? We can write x as x is nothing but identity matrix into B. X is nothing but any matrix you can multiply with the identity matrix, that matrix will be the same matrix. You can multiply identity matrix with same matrix. Okay, you will get the same matrix only. Now as A is having left inverse, that means B into A is nothing but identity matrix, because A is having the left inverse, that is nothing but B. So in place of identity matrix you can write B into A, because that was given information. Okay, A is having left inverse. Now what you can write? B, you can separate the bracket, B into X you can write, but it's already given that Ax equal to 0. It's already given that Ax is 0, then it is having only one solution, x equal to 0. So it is given Ax equal to 0. So in place of Ax you can write as 0. So B into 0 is nothing but 0. So x equal to 0, only one solution. That also we got. Then it is saying that if x equal to 0, from 2 will come to 3. What is 3 saying? 3 is saying that A is row equivalent to identity matrix. Okay. So now how we are going to get? So suppose that the homogeneous system Ax is having only one trivial solution, Ax equal to 0. So when you will get, so one trivial solution means here you are having unique solution. Here you are having unique solution. So when you are going to get the unique solution in row reduced echelon form? Hello. When you are going to unique solution? When in row reduced you are having only the diagonal position 1.
Yes.
There is no 0 row. Then only you are going to get directly the unique solution. Clear or not? If one row is
Yes.
becoming 0, then you are going to have infinite number of solutions. But you need one solution, and the right hand side, so it should be the diagonal position should be 1, and that is nothing but the identity matrix only. So A is row equivalent to identity matrix. Row equivalent means by doing the row operation, if you are getting the identity matrix, then it is called the row equivalent. Okay, so by doing the row operation we can get the identity matrix. Yes, that is true. Then fourth one, A is a product of elementary matrices. A is a, so from 3 to 4 we have to come. Okay, A is a product of elementary matrices. So now you see, suppose, so it was in question, it was given A, by doing the row operation we reduce the identity matrix. Yes, that is possible. Why? Because it is given as the unique solution. Okay, unique solution means we are going to get the identity matrix. Now it is saying that product of elementary matrices. Yes, it is obviously, because when you will get whatever the row operations you are doing, the same operation you can write as E1, E2, E3. Getting or not? So from 3 to 4, so assume A is a row equivalent to identity matrix, so that A can be reduced to In by finite sequence of row operations. Thus one can find elementary matrices E1, E2, Ek such that, so initially we were given A, and we are doing the row operation to get the identity matrix. So the row operation, the first operation you can write E1, second operation you can write E2, third operation you can write E3. Similarly, if you are doing k number of operations, so those you can write in terms of elementary matrices. And when you are multiplying with A, what we are going to get? You are going to get the identity matrix. Clear or not? Okay. Now you know, when E1, E2, Ek are available, then the inverse also available. When you are saying, let me make little bit, when you are saying, because any row operation inverse also possible. Inverse is nothing but the reverse action. Okay, so by multiplying the reverse operations, so if you are multiplying means how you are going to multiply? First we will multiply Ek inverse. First we will multiply Ek. So Ek inverse into Ek, what you are going to get? So if you are multiplying the left hand side, right hand side also you have to multiply. So here you have to multiply Ek inverse. So now your right hand side also Ek inverse. So Ek inverse into Ek is nothing but what you are getting? Ek inverse into Ek, what you will get? Identity matrix only. Again you multiply Ek minus 1 inverse. Where? In left hand side as well as right hand side. Now Ek minus 1 inverse if you are multiplying, so Ek minus 1 inverse into Ek will be identity matrix, and here you will have Ek minus 1 inverse. So Ek inverse, then here you will have Ek minus 1 inverse. Okay. Similarly, up to you will come E1 inverse you can multiply. So E1 inverse into E1, so it will become identity matrix. So only A will be there in left hand side, and right hand side you will have E1 inverse. Okay. So now A is not. So as we know, if E is a elementary matrix, E inverse is also a elementary matrix. So A can be written as product of elementary matrix. Yes, A can be written as product of elementary matrix. Getting or not? So A is nothing but product of elementary matrices or not? So same thing is here. So A is nothing but product of elementary matrices. Yes, that is true. A is invertible. Yes, A is invertible. Why? Because these all matrices are invertible matrix because their inverse exists. So product of inverse matrix also. So that is trivial. That is true. Similarly, from 5 to 6 also you can jump. Okay. So these things are the basic things. So let me come to the problem actually, because we are having less time, only 10 minutes there. So I thought to start the problem. Let's see whether we are able to do it or not. See, what is the important? The most important observation is here. What is the most important observation? Actually, here only. What we discussed, that is only the most important observation. Let me show you. Okay, see, what is the most important observation? This is the most important observation. Let me explain it again. Okay, it may take another few minutes. See, our matrix was A was there. If we are multiplying different elementary matrices means row operations. You are doing so many operations. Okay, each elementary matrix is one row operation. So if you are doing those row operations, you can finally get the identity matrix or not. Condition is there.
Yes,
the
sir.
matrix should have unique solution and there is no zero row. Okay, then we'll get the identity matrix. Now you see, you understood this expression. How we are going to get this expression? You multiply EK inverse left hand side. Here also right hand side also you multiply EK inverse. Okay, so EK inverse into EK, it is becoming identity matrix. Now you multiply E K minus 1 inverse, K minus 1 inverse, here also E K minus 1 inverse. Okay, so E K minus 1 inverse into E K minus 1, it will become identity matrix. Similarly, you can come up to E1 inverse. Here also you will come up to E1 inverse. So E1 inverse into E1, it will become identity matrix. So left hand side you will have only A, the right hand side you will have E1 inverse, E2 inverse up to EK inverse into identity matrix. And identity matrix into those is nothing but those things only. Getting or not? Understood or not? The same thing we are having here. Same thing we are having here. What this is the most important observation. See, our target is to find A. So here you can see. So if okay, so this is the way how to find A inverse. That is our target of this section. Okay, so if A is invertible, means A is having inverse, then A is row equivalent to identity matrix, because from A we can get the identity matrix IN. So there are elementary matrices E1, E2, EK such that if you are multiplying A with E1, E2 up to EK, you are going to get identity matrix. And now you can take this A to the right hand side. How you are going to take? What you are going to do? So this is okay, because with A you are doing different row operation to get identity matrix. Okay, so first you have done E1, then E2 up to EK. These row operations you are doing, so that you will get the identity matrix. This expression is okay. Let me show you. This expression is okay. This one?
Yes, sir.
This one okay or not? This expression is okay?
Yes, sir.
With A, we are doing so many row operations to get the matrix, identity matrix. Now, if I multiply, because A is invertible, means A is having the inverse, I can multiply A inverse both the side, where left hand side as well as right hand side. So if I am multiplying A inverse both the side, so this is nothing but EK up to E1, then A into A inverse is nothing but IN into A inverse, and A into A inverse is nothing but identity matrix. So what and identity matrix into A inverse is nothing but A inverse. So what I am having, A inverse is nothing but E1, E2 up to EK. Getting or not?
Yes, sir.
Understood or not? So what it represents? So it is saying that you can find A inverse, that means inverse of the matrix A, by taking the product of those elementary matrices. And it is also observing one important thing, that is same as you are doing those operations on identity matrix. These are nothing but the operations. There is no matrix. These are only the operations. But you are doing operation on whom? You are doing the operations on identity matrix. So if from A we can get IN, means identity matrix, that means from IN we can get A inverse also. See what it represents. It is saying that, let me erase everything. What it is saying? It is saying that from A we got identity matrix. From A we got the, this is too much. What it is saying? From A we have done these operations to get identity matrix. From A we have done the operations E1, E2 up to Ek to get the identity. Now from identity matrix, if we are doing the same operations, what we are going to get? We are going to get A inverse. Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
You understood?
Yes,
or not?
sir.
So if from A, and we are not going to change the operation, exactly same to same operation. So whatever the operations we are doing on A to get identity matrix, if we are doing the same operations, nothing changed, same to same operation, then we are going to get A inverse. This is the most important observation of this section. You forget everything. We are not recurring anything. So that implies we can find inverse of any matrix, any square by square matrix, by doing those operations to get the from A. So that means if we are having, if someone has given us the matrix A, okay, so and he has asked us to find A inverse, then we keep track of both the sides. What is both the sides? First, we are given this matrix A, we'll do those operations, okay. Similarly, we can take one identity matrix of same size. If this is 3 by 3, then we can take identity matrix of 3 by 3 or not. That is obviously. So you keep left hand side and the right hand side. So if this matrix A is given, you take one identity matrix and you do the same operation to get the identity matrix left hand side. Right hand side, what you will get? Right hand side, what you will get? Right hand side, you are going to get A inverse. Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Let me explain it again, because so many people they are not understand. So if the matrix A is given, you see both the things you see, okay. So if the matrix A is given, okay, whatever the size, 3 by 3, 4 by 4, whatever it is given, okay. At a time you take one identity matrix of same size, identity matrix of same size. You do the operations from here, from A to get identity matrix. If you are doing, what are the operations? E1, E2, some EK operations you are doing. If you are doing the same operations on that identity matrix, what you are going to get?
A
What you are
inverse.
going to get? You are going to get A inverse.
A inverse.
Okay or not? So now we are going to find A inverse of one matrix using these elementary operations. Let us see. Just give me some 5 minutes, okay? Because something we started now, we have to complete. Otherwise, next class now I have to start from the from the beginning. Okay. So here we need to find A inverse using the Gauss-Jordan elimination method of this matrix A. Okay. So if A is given, so what we have to do? We have to take one identity matrix of same size. Simultaneously, we have to keep track of both. Okay. So if we are doing some operations in A to get identity matrix, same operations if we are doing, then we are going to get A inverse. That is the procedure. So you keep track of both the matrix. This is our given matrix A, and this is our identity matrix IN. Okay. So now let us do the operations to get the identity matrix. So how we are going to get the identity matrix from A? However, so we have to make this position 0, 0.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. And we have to make this position 1, then we have to make this position 0, then again we have to make this person 1. So first, what is the operation? First is that row 2 as 2 times of row 1 or minus 2 times of row 1 plus row 2. What you have to do? You have to do row 2 as minus 2 times of row 1 plus row 2.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And row 3 here
Minus
already 1 is this one we have to make 0. So row 3 as row 3 minus row 1. Okay, so if you are doing this operation, you have to do both the side for each row. Okay, so if we are doing this operation, so what is going to happen? 2 minus 2 times of 0, 0. 3 minus 2 times of 2, that is minus 4. So 3 minus 4 minus 1. 5 minus 2 times of 3, that is minus 1. Similarly, here also you have to do. Do not forget the right hand side. You have to do the same operation. So the first operation you can write as E1. This is 1. This is your E2. Okay, this is your second operation. So 0 minus 2 times of 1. What you are going to get? You have to go into minus 2. Then 1 minus 2 times of 0. 1. 0 minus 2 times of 0. 0. Okay or not? You have to do operation on all the elements of row 2. Okay, not that only left hand side. You have to do the same thing on right hand side also. Then row 3 equal to row 3 minus row 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 minus 2 is minus 2. 2 minus 3 is minus 1. 0 minus 1 is minus 1. 0, 0 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. Okay. Similarly, you do the operations. Next you have to make this position 0. So you have to write row 2 equal to row 3 equal to row 3 plus 2 times of row 2. So if you are adding, then you do the same operations. Okay, you do the same operations. So similarly you do the same operation. So here the lower part already we made 0. We need to make this upper part 0. These three positions we need to make 0. So first you subtract with this 1 with row 2 with row 3 to make. So you make these two positions 0. Then our target is to make this position 0. Then again you subtract row 1 as row 1 minus 2 times of row 2. So if you are doing, then this position also will become 0. So you will get the identity matrix. And what is this matrix? This is nothing but your inverse of it.
Inverse.
You got the answer. Okay. So this one is very much easy. You are not going, before you used to find the cofactor, so many multiplications, so many things you used to do, and that is so much confusing. Okay, here there is nothing to do, but condition is that it should be what is that? It should be square matrix, and it should be invertible. Okay, the inverse should exist, and we are going to discuss in next class. Okay, so it is okay to everyone or not?
Yes,
So we'll
sir.
solve some problem in next class onwards. Okay, in next class we are going to, and you practice some problems. Okay, how to find it, because we are not having enough time. We'll see some problems in next class. Okay, you can take leave, and in having